Greetings, my love bugs, my friends. Today we're love bugs, and today we are basking in the energy of love collectively as a culture, as a society. I bask in the energy of love every day. Um, but today I think is special not because I am into celebrating holidays and all that, but just because I could feel the increase of love in the air on this day, most of the time. It's like, oh, everyone's collectively saying, let me stop and focus on love. However, it is that you express it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to judge. Maybe you want to spend $1 million on, lunch, dinner, whatever. You want to go out, you want to do all the hoopla. And to those of us who, you know, you just want to chill in the crib with your man or your lady. And then those of us who are in recovery from uh, the timeline split and who do not have a partner, you get to make two different choices. You can either sit in some sort of disappointment about that. Excuse me, there's a plane. Or, and maybe confirmation, possibly, or you can take all the love that you want to give to someone else and you can turn it inward. And I'm saying that from a place of humility, not trying to be condescending or anything like that. I too am faced with those choices, right? So I think it's important to check your emotional temperature today, especially if you don't have someone and you are upset about that. Um, I almost feel like I've literally been cured. It's like while I hold space for those things, like seeing people in relationships and thriving and being great, it's sometimes it's like, dang, you don't really know what you're looking at, and you're focusing on what you don't have instead of acknowledging what you do have, because you don't know what other people are going through. So if one thing we are all learning at the same time with all these things that are floating around online about a specific incident, or it's still, because it's anyway, I watch what I say, but it's illusions. Sometimes what you're looking at is an illusion. So even the loneliness appears as alone, and that is an illusion. You are not alone. You are connected to all that is. You are connected to the Most High. And you must remember that in these moments, even when it doesn't look like it with your two eyes. There's another eye that's working on your behalf if you're paying attention. Oh my God. Oh, I dropped something. So, I haven't introduced myself. My bad. Sometimes I just get excited. I was excited to talk to you. Um, my name is Lee, and I'm coming to you from my Lotus Effect. Large and in charge, happy and steady, wiser, stronger, brighter, working on being lighter, um, and dropping the weight that I've been carrying. Um, but I would love to be, okay, tanned. Okay, I need vacation spirit. Okay, thank you. I deserve it. Come on. I can't wait to bake. I cannot wait to bake in the sun. It's been so cold, and today finally I could just, you know what I'm saying? It's a cool 45, and I said, oh my God, that's basically spring, that's summer. In comparison to what it's been, that's summer right now. So, yeah, I did just want to keep my word and give you all some love, a bit of a reading, if you don't mind. All right, I got it together. All right, I got it together. So, as I stated, I just pre-pulled some cards. I thought it would just be fun to do and get like a general energy read for the collective that resonates um, to this message. And if it doesn't, I'm not talking to you. If it doesn't resonate, I'm not talking to you. With love. This is a part two, I guess, or a continuation of yesterday's conversation in regards to those of us who are in recovery. Um, or maybe, going through the moment and going through the separation, going through the dark night of the soul. Um, yeah. So I'm trying to put them in the order that they fell or came out in. So the first one out was love shouldn't feel this heavy. And that hit like a ton of bricks. Because you see the boat? The boat wants to keep moving forward, but it's tied down. And that's what you just came out of, right? This is the energy you are moving away from. You recognize that love shouldn't be burdensome, it shouldn't be difficult. Not saying that there won't be moments where, of course, you have to have discussions and hard conversations and, maintain your boundaries. But that's what you used to do. That's what this represents. You used to be this boat, and now you're moving a little lighter, and recognizing that you must have self-respect. Self-respect. See, a lot of us are out here and we're in a hurry, in a rush, or eager, rather, let me use that word. Everyone has their own pace. But you are eager to connect with another person, and you haven't even dealt with your own issues surrounding self-worth. You haven't healed certain wounds, specifically abandonment wounds, because honestly society kind of almost shames you for being single too, like depending on where you're at in life. It's like, oh, you don't got nobody, you start to, especially after a certain season, honey, you start to see you know you get to read the questions in people's minds. That's what I'm saying. if you bout it if you bout it like that. So it's important to make sure that things continue to be in alignment, like not just because the person met you in a specific place and you were in alignment and you're moving, but it's like one person is growing and the other one is not. That's a real thing, and it's not, I don't think it's to be taken lightly and glossed over and dismissed. I think it's something that you need to, at every point, check in. Because there are micro triggers that turn into big deals when things go unsaid. And if you're a person that knows how to communicate those things and you're with someone who doesn't know how to communicate those things, that can be a recipe for disaster. So I don't know, that was for someone specific. I don't even know why I went off on that rant, but the point is to choose yourself. And that's the season that you're in, because you're in recovery from the chains that were holding you back from riding off into the sunset. And it's even riding off into a sunset, to me, signaling the ending of a day or of an era, of a season. So the next card that came out, I'm choosing healing over hurt. And that's just where, that's why you're in recovery. Okay, because we are in stillness. We are being asked to be still. We're regenerating, reclaiming our power, regenerating, recreating our power, reclaiming our power, deciding who we're becoming. And that's loaded, right? Your spirit blooms anew each time life challenges you. Okay? You are exploding, not imploding. And right now, see, spirit, we're getting to this. Right now, we're right here. This was the chains, the darkness, the soil that you were in. And these are the pathways, the roots are the pathways to, that's how I'm reading it. And these swirly things of spirit, helping us grow in these moments, in the dark. Right now, we're right here in the recovery. And how fast it goes depends on how much work you're willing to do and how dedicated you are to your healing. See, we can pit stop here in this recovery, and we can continue with the anxiety and the pressure of the past, or we can let it go. Because it shouldn't feel this heavy. Any situation you're in shouldn't feel so heavy to the point that it is sucking the life force out of you. There are many entities out here that will destroy you willingly. It's nothing to them. So the way you safeguard that when you're out in the world is by maintaining your boundaries, creating them and maintaining them. Not being afraid to be the outlier. Not looking down on yourself because you are not being validated by society. That is very, very important. And if you have an issue surrounding validation, that deserves to be addressed. The only person that should be validating yourself is you. Yes, we love to hear compliments. Sure, we want our children to love us and respect us and, think that we're the best. But if they thought we were the worst, right? These outside entities, I just use our children because, I feel like, we definitely, the good ones dedicate themselves to their children and their development and their emotional stability and all these things. And that's beautiful. But if your child or your boss, your partner, your whoever, if they didn't approve of who you were, how would that affect you? Would you continue to operate, especially if you know you're not being like malicious, or like I'm talking about a mild manner, not like a menace. This is not if you're I'm not talking anyway. As I stated, I'm speaking to those in recovery, so I'm imagining that you already have a specific kind of temperament and a good heart where you wish people well and you don't try to destroy them, even the ones that you have unresolved emotions toward. So anyway, I pulled, and these are new decks. That one I just read from is the Heartstrings Oracle deck. I like it. I feel like it's a nice balance between um, self-empowering and love empowering. It's a love deck, or I guess some kind of combination. And I just want to speak to our breakthroughs. I really want to just make this light. I don't want to make this heavy. I feel like it got too dark for a second. Let's bring the light back. Bring the light back. Yeah, I mean, I want I was gonna say you, I want you, but Spirit wants us to just look toward our breakthrough. The first card out from the breakthrough deck that I just got was You're Starting Wiser. Okay, it happened, and it's decisions that some of us are gonna have to face every day until we don't, till we decide to drop the chain, right? But let's focus on the positives. We are starting from a stronger place, a wiser place, a more in aligned, um, yeah, a place of more alignment, in alignment. Can we imagine being stuck in hell with them people that, you know what I'm saying, who willingly choose to live there? Can you imagine? I don't want to, and I'm not to, so, um, that came out. Oh, and then it said this one, which I felt was, I could definitely, and what is it? A lotus! My lotus effect. So this card is particularly special to me just because you know, love what the lotus flower represents. And it's pink. I didn't even notice pink and yellow. So that's the heart in your soul. Oh, sorry. That's the heart in your solar. Um, Trusting your body, right? The path to love sometimes is rest, so that you can then rise, so that you can become the flower, the butterfly, the dragonfly, the dragon, the phoenix, whoever you need to be. It's interesting. Somebody asked me the other day if I'm a healer, and I I really came to a realization that I'm whatever I need to be in the moment. We are so quick to label ourselves um, with these titles that society has come up with: empath, this, and oh, you're an empath, or you're a healer, or I'm a this, I'm a that. It's all these labels, and I think we have to be careful, especially if you're not doing enough research on the label that you are um, carrying. Okay, because people think like the empathic walk of life is like this wonderful thing. Sometimes it's really not. Sometimes it's intense, and especially without boundaries, can lead you into hell and very dark spaces and places, with some, dark energies. So if you don't create the boundaries, keep going back to boundaries for some reason. And the way that you create the boundaries is by going within. And how do you go within? Through the heart space. I want everyone to just take a deep breath through the heart. One more, just 'cause. Don't underestimate the ability to breathe air. It grounds us, it helps us think straighter, it slows us down. It's love, because imagine if you couldn't breathe. You wouldn't exist for real. In a physical form on this planet. So, rest, slowing down. And while you're in the down, in the dirt, in the water, in the murky water, lotuses grow in murky, swampy water. Okay? You are rising. Okay? Toward the light. Out of the darkness comes the light. You know what I mean? I believe I'm gonna go with You Are the Magic. Believe You Are the Magic came out after that. She's remembering that she's the magic so that she can move forward. And you see the spark here, all of this is like all her aura, everything is just being activated. This is a portal. Oh, it's a portal. That's what the portals, that's how things look sometimes. But yeah, it's your season. That was the final card. I feel like there was one more. I'm gonna check my pocket. But it's your season. And you see how colorful this tree is? This is, to me, represents all your chakras balanced, strong. Look how strong the trunk is. And I see many paths. It doesn't matter which path. In all areas, your life is thriving. It's your season. It's our season. We worked hard for it. We worked really hard. And you can still see the sun shining and the portal around the tree. That's the divine taking care of us. All these cards have had portals on them. Every last one of them. All these suns and around the suns are portable. This is in the cosmos. Okay? So, anyway, this went longer than I anticipated because the channels were kind of coming in. But I just wanted to spread some love today, some encouragement, some perspective, some little nuggets on this beautiful love bug day. It's a nice temperature, good energy, and that's because I chose to generate it from within. It almost ain't happen like that. But I'm glad that I pushed through today to focus on what's important and what matters. Perspective. Light, dark, dark, light. Take flight. In which direction? I love y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you in a happy, healthy relationship, you know what I'm saying? Twirl it in a circle for your man tonight. You know, treat your lady like the queen. I don't even want to say that word no more. Treat that lady like the goddess and divine feminine energy that she is. Treat her like that. She'll give you everything. Little jewel. But, alright. I'm signing off.